So the dice challenge is back in stock. Who would have thought that I would be the person that spends my day off scouring the internet for pink and purple 20-sided dice? The trouble I had with the challenge is because I want to keep the price as low as possible for you because we're on a budgeting journey, like, let's face it. So my only real option was a bundle of like 20 random colours from Amazon, and there tended to not be very many pinks or purples in that. So I feel like a lot of people have chose colours that they haven't necessarily liked, and I know what I'm like. If I've got a colour that I don't like or a design that I don't like, I'm not necessarily going to stick with it. But I'm here to help you budget and I'm here to help you reach your goals. So I just went on to the internet and I purchased 30 pink, 30 purple. So that should be us restocked for a little bit at least, I hope. But it has meant that the price has needed to go very slightly up, but it is literally very slightly, so don't worry too much. So if you haven't yet got the dice challenge or you're wanting to change your colour, there's pinks and purples back online ready for you to purchase. I was talking to Jake the other day and I was like, I can't believe this challenge has done so well. I think it's because I haven't really seen anybody else do it. For me, I'm really proud of that because I see a lot of the same stuff, and that's no diss or I've got no beef with anybody, but there's a lot of the same stuff about and there is room for everybody in the budgeting community. Do not get me wrong, there is room for everybody. It can be a little bit disheartening when you've spent a lot of time and energy on creating something new that hasn't been around before or you haven't seen in a really long time, and then somebody puts out something very uncannily similar literally 2 weeks later. That can be disheartening. However, I'd like to believe that mistakes happen, but mistakes happen a lot, if you get what I'm saying. Obviously, no witch hunt, nothing like that. Please continue to support the people that you like to support. Please continue to support me if that's what you want to do, and please make sure that you are supporting me within your means as well. But anyway, what was I saying? In today's video, what are we doing? Oh, okay, we're doing a check-in. In today's video, we're going to be looking at my spending, petrol. I just had it. Spending, petrol, groceries, unbudgeted. And last week was okay, it was an alright week. I mean, I didn't have much time to do anything other than go to work. So I spent a lot of money on lunch, and by the time I got home, I was too knackered to cook. So we did, you know, it's just, I just didn't eat much. I'm so skinny. No, what probably happened is I ate a load of junk. Like I just had 8 slices of toast and went to bed sort of thing. So skinny. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and take a look at my budget sheets. Okay, we're in the January exclusive calendar that's available with the budget with Ira budget sheets. But we only have 4 days left to fill in, and then we are moving into the February version. The January one is now discontinued, but the February one is available. I'm also using my expense tracker stickers that are available on my store, and I absolutely love these. So on the 28th, council tax came out as normal, and that was 135. Rent also came out, and that was 885. One of my last debts came out, and that was the loan payment, and that was £200.92. And at work I spent £3.15 on lunch. The next day lunch was £1.98. On the Sunday, Jake did grocery shopping at Tesco and he spent £30. And I was at work, so I spent £3.15 on lunch. The next day I went to work again and I spent £1.98 on lunch. This is us done with January's calendar. Let's move over to February. So on the 1st, my car payment came out and that was £121.67. And TV license came out and that was £13.37. And I spent £1.98 on lunch at work. Lunch was £3.15 actually the next day. And on Thursday, I put £10 into my tank for petrol. I was doing all right. I just thought I'd just top it up a little bit. And I bought some little bits for dinner as well. So that was £8.04. And that was the week. Okay, this is the February exclusive check-in sheet. I am now going to go ahead and write in everything that we know already. Okay, so for spending, I started off the week with £26, and that was a pretty reasonable amount of money for me. Normally I give myself £40, but I'm doing a new dice challenge where I roll a 20-sided dice every week, and that tells me how much I'm going to save. So last week I needed to save £14, which left me with 26. So last week I spent £23.43, which left me with £2.57. So that's 1, 2, 20, 40, 50, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. Just going to leave that to the side for now. For groceries we did £50, and that's what we do every single week, and Jake went to Tesco and only spent 30, so there is a remainder of 20. There it is, let's pop that aside. And for petrol, I put £10 in my tank, which should leave 20 over. And there it is. So yeah, quite a bit left over this week. For unbudgeted, there wasn't any unbudgeted spends, so that's that. And then last week I spent the lowest I've spent in such a long time, £63.43. Like, I've got everything that I need, so like I'm really happy with that. Okay, let's make some choices about what we're going to do with this money. Okay, so we've got 57p. So I'm going to put that in my adventure jar. Okay, so what we have left over is £42, and we're going to put that into the 100 envelope challenge. So we haven't done 42 yet, and we're starting to get a bit of a bingo now, so it'd be really interesting if I can carry on with these, but these are some really big numbers, so they are quite scary. I sell my paper envelopes. I sell them in a physical form, which I can make for you, or I can send you printed versions and you can make yourself. But I also sell a digital version, which is a bit more cost effective for some people. Now in the digital version, you get the 100 envelope challenge template like I've got, and you get a 52 as well, and then you get some blank envelopes for you to print out and make yourself at home. In that, there's a blank envelope, and for me this year, I'm printing that on my waste to try and offset some of the waste that I put out into the world. So this week, where I've had to buy a new printer, I have used the instruction manual for an envelope this week. So it's a bit of a thinner paper, but it's still nice. So I'm just going to go ahead and make this envelope and deposit that £42. Alright, so now we're in the February exclusive Paycheck Bill Tracker, and I'm just going to put down all of my spends this week so I know where I'm at with my budget to make sure that I'm still on track. So let's start with bills, and for council tax that came out and that was £135, rent was £885, TV license was £1337, my car was £121.67. Normally it's a little bit up, but it's fine. And yeah, that's it. If we go over to debt as well, loan came out too, which is £200.92. So far, so good this month. Everything is basically on track. So next week we should be closing out everything, because this is week 3, yeah. So we should be closing out everything that's happened. So that's really, really good. Cool. So my next step is now to cash stuff my next week. Alright, so each week I stuff my grocery spending and petrol from my binder, and I have that all in my weekly cash section. So let's go ahead and do that now. Let's start with groceries. So I should have £50 left in here, and that will be enough for next week. So let's go ahead and stuff that. So that is grocery stuffed. Petrol should have £30 left, which it does. So that goes into a mini envelope. And that's that stuffed. And then spending, I give myself £40. 5, 10, 20, 30, 40. But we are going to go ahead and do the challenge. So let's move over to the 1050 challenge. So this is my new challenge available on my Etsy store. So every week I'll be rolling this dice, and whatever number it lands on, I will save that to go towards my house deposit. So should we go ahead and roll and see how much I'm giving myself this week? Oh, I'm nervous. I get really nervous. 10. Oh, that's not too bad at all. Okay, cool. £10, lovely. So let's tick off this 10, that is now done. And let's stuff 10. This is really adding up so quickly, because I do it every week. It's now got what, 25, 26, 27, 20, 28 quid in it already. That's not bad. I'm pleased with that. So I have £30 for the week, 5, 10, 20, 30, which I'm not mad at. I think that's good. Thank you so much for being with me this week. I'm really excited to see you again next week. Hi guys, gals and non-binary pals. Thank you so much for getting through to the end of the video. You know I love it when you get through to the end of the video. I also really like it when you like, comment and subscribe. If you haven't yet subscribed, what are you doing with your life? Seriously? So anyway, yeah, subscribe. And if you are going to comment on today's video, please use this emoji. That is all I have to say today. I'd like you to have a wonderful day, have a wonderful week, and have a wonderful budget. I will see you very shortly. See you soon, besties. Bye. And if you would like to support me over on Patreon, please take a look at the link in the description. You won't regret it, bestie.